Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy have teamed up recently to spark a lot of controversy between themselves, and the inner politics between the players is literally palpable right now. The sports superstars went up against the LIV Golf International Series in public and just recently held a top-secret meeting regarding the PGA Tour and invited almost 22 other players. So, what did they discuss? Let's find out. So, firstly, what happened at the PGA Tour meeting? The players-only gathering was held to talk about the danger presented by Greg Norman's Saudi-supported LIV Golf Series, which is getting a $3 billion donation and is obviously going to sway some of the best golfers from the PGA Tour. The entire meeting was kept hush-hush, and not a word of it was leaked to the public, but a few players hinted that Woods being there meant that something big had just gone down. But soon enough, we got to take a look at what the players proposed for their own tour's future, and it looked like something copied straight out of the LIV Golf playbook. Sources of ours talked to a player who went to the gathering at the Hotel DuPont and told Sports Illustrated that the idea of the new structure was going to be brought to the PGA Tour director Jay Monahan and other members. They would be revoking its non-profit status if the plan was approved, and from the looks of it, everyone involved agreed. So, what does that mean? Basically, the players are now going to try and destroy the current competition structure and make a new one that would just give the players way more cash and fewer matches. It does sound a bit unfair, as the players are already earning millions, like Tiger Woods is literally one of the world's richest sports persons right now. One of the main things put up on the table for the players, which probably hooked a lot of them, was the fact that they would be getting a yearly payment stipend similar to what LIV Golf was paying. The entire board and the directors should probably have a discussion with their opponents, as the main issue they're facing is that they're losing players to LIV after they sign multi-year and highly paying contracts. Now, onto the changes the duo proposed to the PGA Tour. Completely revamping some aspects of the tour for the better, as some players said. The PIP has been expanded from the main 10 players to the best 20. Not just has the player pool grown, but so has the award pool, which will presently add up to $100 million, twice the previous $50 million prize. This interesting change influences the top players as well as those fighting for PGA Tour cards on a yearly premise. Players will be insured for at least $500,000 and will get the cash up front just for playing 15 games minimum, not including the $5,000 for travel expenses like airplane and car costs. Next, what is the LIV and why does it have everyone worried? If you're still confused, it's pronounced as LIV. It's going to be an expert golf tournament supported by the Public Investment Fund, the sovereign wealth asset of Saudi Arabia, in an effort by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to change Saudi Arabia's conservative oil empire image into one that adjusts more to that of cooler and more liberal Dubai. The drive is trying to grow Saudi Arabia's power on a worldwide scale by making it more involved with Western ideals. Some of the golfing heavyweights that have already transferred to the LIV program are Patrick Reed, Dustin Johnson, Sergio Garcia, Brooks Koepka, Bryson DeChambeau, Bubba Watson, Phil Mickelson, Charles Schwartzel, and Luis Oosthuizen. Interestingly though, Australia's British Open champion Cameron Smith wasn't there at the PGA meeting, and maybe this means he'll be joining the LIV Golf program instead too. This is exactly the reason why Woods and McIlroy are worried, as they're losing some of the tour's most famous and most watched players. The new arrangement designed by Woods and McIlroy's collaboration would offer 15 limited field events and each paying considerably more. They would both be offering more money and reliable security through a no-cut design. And finally, why is there so much outrage against it? Such a move would let players like Woods and McIlroy stay in the PGA Tour adventure and still make more money than by joining LIV. But what we can clearly see is that these players are extorting the league and their peers and now have significantly more power over the tour than they did a few weeks ago. The tour can't contend with LIV Golf's Saudi billions in accessible award cash and certifications, but what the tour can offer is a mix of known competitions and surefire admittance to the major leagues and stability. The PGA Tour offers a lot of vocational security in a way that LIV actually doesn't. For mid-level players, LIV is an actual gamble and a huge risk if it doesn't work out. With only 48 spots available, many players are going to be left without any options for playing. A player who hops from the tour to LIV gives up their entitlement to play on the PGA Tour, regardless of whether their gamble works out or not. In a cruel way to blackmail players into staying, the tour has forced suspensions till almost 2024 for players who were seen as abandoning them. Lee Westwood, who is one of the more high-profile players to switch sides in the Civil War, went on to say that the PGA Tour appeared to be frauds and manipulative people. He recently also spoke to Golf Digest for an interview and expressed his disgust at what's happening right now and said, "I laugh laugh at what the PGA Tour players have concocted. It's simply a copy of what LIV is doing. There are a ton of two-timers out there. They all say LIV isn't serious. In other related news, starting with Tiger Woods announces PopStroke Championship. Woods recently came on to talk about the production of the PopStroke Tour Championship to be held in October at the PopStroke office in Sarasota. Every area highlights 2 18-opening putting courses planned by Woods himself, so this is a major chance for any golfing fans to get to polish up their strokes in front of the legend himself. Besides the Sarasota area, which will have the debut title, there are 3 other PopStroke offices in Orlando, Fort Myers, and Port St. Lucie. 2 additional future areas are now arranged in Florida for Tampa and Del Rey. 1 is booked to open in Houston not too long from now, and 2 in Arizona are anticipated, in Scottsdale and Glendale. The solo championship title will have 100 players, and the prize money is a staggering $25,000. The group title will have 200 groups going after $100,000. Tickets are $250 for people and $500 for groups, and if you don't qualify, you'll be put on the substitute list, so you don't let your hopes down. There's no age limitation either, and the details for the entire competition are up now on the PopStroke website, so go check it out right now. Next up, Rory McIlroy loses his patience at a fan in the BMW Championship. The sportsman was seemingly pissed on Saturday and couldn't care less for the fan who got on his wrong side that day. During the 3rd round of the BMW Championship, a fan dropped a remote-controlled golf ball on the 15th green, where McIlroy and Scott Stallings were putting and attempted to get it into the opening. He was immediately yelled at by the Northern Irishman, who thumped the ball away with his putter 2 times before becoming irritated and chucking it into a nearby lake. The fan was handcuffed and led away by the police while he continued to shout at Rory, "This is my dream! This is my dream!" We don't know what exactly he was dreaming about, but what we do know is that his poor remote-controlled golf ball is sadly no longer with us. We hope it rests in peace. And lastly, Cameron Young announces his decision. The world number 17 in golf says he is remaining with the PGA Tour after having talks with LIV Golf about joining the newer, more funded tour. He admitted that he had been enticed by LIV, but after Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods made clear efforts to make the PGA Tour better, he chose to remain. We think that a lot of really good players are going to choose not to transfer over, simply because of the duo trying to make things work, but it doesn't look like the opposition with LIV is going to just fade away. The new league was then announced by McIlroy and media chief Mike McCarley at a public interview on Wednesday. TGL is now going to be way more technologically advanced, featuring a huge plasma screen where players would be able to make virtual long-distance shots on the field. It's been showcased as Monday Night Golf, with games happening on Monday nights from January 2024. That's a wrap for this video. Thank you for watching. What do you think of the changes discussed for the PGA Tour, and does the tournament warrant that kind of funding? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.